What's going on YouTube? So today's video we're going to show you how to quickly set up OBS for beginners, whether you're going to start streaming, start recording, whatever you want to do. This is the all-in-one video for you when it comes to capture cards, webcams, splitting audio better for editing, everything vertical streaming. I have a separate video for that if you want to check that one out. Everything will be in this video for you. Let's jump into it. I'll leave a link in the description for all of the equipment that I use. And by the way, you can use wireless lavalier microphone systems. I have a new video coming out very soon if you want to check that video out. I'll leave a link in the description for everything that I use personally if you decide to use what I use. Alright, so we have OBS launched up right here. We're going to go and show you what you need to do first. So in the beginning, you're going to have no scenes. So we're going to make a completely new scene. And we're just going to name it test for this. But I recommend to keep everything organized, rename things when you need to rename them. Just stay organized. It's way helpful in the long run. All right, first things first, before you even add any sources whatsoever, we're going to go straight into settings. When we go to settings, we're going to go to output. You could do both streaming and recording outputs. Change it to advanced instead of simple at the top there. And then for recording, we're going to move to recording first. And we're going to change our recording path to, if you have an external hard drive or an SSD or somewhere where you want to put all your files, put it in a folder specifically. Just put it into what you need to put it. Recording format, I use QuickTime, but you can use MP4. Don't use MKV. Some people also use fragmented, but I only recommend MP4 or .mov. Those are the two most easiest files, I would say. For video encoder, it's basically whatever your hardware is rather than software. Don't use software encoders. Not really the best option. Use hardware encoding. All right, so both hardware and software encoding do have the pros and cons. I personally found hardware encoding to be just good, so that's what I recommend, but you can play around with it. For audio, I use MPEG AAC, but you can use anything above 16-bit, so 24-bit or 32-bit float. The float means where if you're going to peak, it's going to record extra on top of that, so you don't really peak. It'll save the audio, so you have chances to save audio. It is more expensive, obviously, when it comes to storage. The higher you get the bit rate. PCM 16 or 24 is really good. 32 for doing like really high-end stuff. For audio tracks, I would recommend keeping all 6 of these on. It's going to record that every single track, basically, whatever you have for each source. It's going to split them up whenever you put them in your editing app. That way you can individually change your microphone, your friend's microphone, or the game chat very seamlessly. It's really, really good when it comes to editing videos and stuff. As far as that, that's pretty much everything you need to do when it comes to the advanced mode. Also, your encoder settings, you can change it to pretty much whatever you want. I use ProRes 422 just because it's a nice little middle ground for me. For audio, you're going to change it to 48 kilohertz. Make sure it's in mono rather than stereo. Obviously, these global audio devices will be automatically set up as you're setting stuff up, so you don't have to really worry about that. We're going to go to video. You could change your video. A minimum is obviously 1920 by 1080. That's standard, so make sure you have anything above that. Obviously, the higher you do it, the more storage will cost. We're going to just do 4K for now, and then obviously 60 FPS. That's pretty much as we're going to do right there. Obviously in advanced, make sure you're on Rec 709 and not anything like the HLG or anything, unless you are recording in HDR, but most capture cards won't. The capture card that I have, it does record HDR, which is nice, so I have the option to use that. Now we're going to start off with the first source. We're going to add our video capture device here. We're going to just name it capture card. There we go. And we're going to choose a device. So obviously the top one is the one we're going to use. It'll automatically pop up. You can use the preset. I noticed that whenever you change it on some devices, it does mess up. So if I were to untick this and change it, it might mess up a little. But some of them actually do let you. But I just like to keep it on preset. And then you can change the aspect. Make sure it's not on high. Make sure you change it to an actual ratio. Then from here, you double click like with your 2 fingers if you're on Mac, and transform fit to screen. That way it fits the canvas. We can check our audio here. I would keep active sources only on, but you can individually put which track you want to be. So in track 1, I have desktop audio, sorry. That's a duplicate for desktop audio for a different source. And then you have a microphone, which will be desktop 2. And then number 3 will be probably webcam, but you only really need 2, maybe 3 max. But just make sure you split them all up. And even if you're not sure what goes to what, just keep it in a separate track apart from one another. That way, just in case, it's all automatically recording. Now we do have to make sure we do have sound here, so we're going to unhide all. So right here, this mic and auxiliary, this is where our capture card is doing the audio from. Make sure that one is active and make sure it's, set up properly like this. We're gonna press OK. You could add filters if you want. So if you want yours to be having a compressor, expander, this is more for the advanced section, and I will break that down for the more advanced people out there. But this is, you can look up those things if you need it. So that's where we have that. Don't get confused. Right now we only really have this mic one. The rest of them, don't pay attention to. This is our only active source. Now we're going to go to our video capture device again, and we're going to name it webcam. We're just going to do webcam 2 because I already have one on it. But we're going to go ahead and just put our MacBook webcam just for fun. There you go. You can see it there. And, you can move this anywhere you want. If you have a green screen, it's pretty simple. You just add a filter, add an effect. You can do a chroma key, press OK, and then it'll automatically be on green. So whenever you have a green screen, it'll automatically show up. If you do have a Stream Deck or something like that, you can choose this option to be turned off or on from this little eye section. So that way, whenever you don't want it to be green screened, you can turn it off. So it's just an FYI, and it has to be added per webcam. If you have a multi-webcam setup, make sure you add multiple of those. So that's how you do the webcam. That will also capture your audio, which is probably somewhere around here. Make sure you mute that section. Or you could keep it as a backup and put it on a separate track, just in case. Now the last source we're going to add is our microphone. So we're going to add audio input capture device, and we're going to name it microphone. You can name it whatever brand your microphone is called. Like if you have a Blue Yeti or a Fi-Fi microphone, you can name it that just so it's easier to see. But there we go. And then you're going to choose the device you have. Right now I don't have a microphone plugged in, so we're just going to use MacBook Pro microphone. And there we go. And then we have it there at the bottom. This one is named. The other ones aren't really named because they're not part of the source. It just adds a new source. So that's what that would look like. You can change the filters on that as well to, add anything like I said before. Those are the only 3 things you really need. You can crop your webcam by pressing Option on MacBook, and I think it's Alt on Windows. You would have to mess with it, but you can crop it however you want. Like I said, I do have a vertical stream, so if you want to learn how to stream vertically, I do have a separate video for that. Eventually, whenever you decide to stream vertically, or if you're wanting to stream vertically right now, take everything you learned from this section and move on to the next video. I'll leave a link in the description for it, as well as any help you need will be in the comments down below. See you guys in the next one. We out.